Bitter criticism. This is sunset, but we will not see the sunset. It's too much clouds. Too much cloud, Tommy. Well, I'm afraid I'm a little concerned. I have a little concern about the puppies. Looks like Milu and Mursi are not seeing the puppies neither. Milu is going to the road. Eventually I will stop recording to save Milu's ass. Milu's life. But Milu! Milu! Milu really is going to the truck. Milu, venga! Hey! Milu! Oh, Milu is crossing the road. What a stupid dog. What a stupid dog. We are being like 1 year here. 1 year here. Milu doesn't get it. There's a road full of trucks. Yeah, so crazy dog. But I'm very cautious about Milu because Milu is my life. Oh, Milu is my life. Anyway, I hope Milu is fine. I guess Milu is fine. So, bitter criticism. Reading news. I don't remember now. Cgtn, you know, I got a epiphany. I don't remember the epiphany, but I was studying very hard. I was addicted to Duolingo Chinese course. To the Duolingo Chinese course. Yeah, I'm like an addict. I'm like addict to Duolingo Chinese course, and I got an epiphany about life, about something, but I don't remember now. About studying Chinese. Maybe just studying Chinese will be awesome. Maybe that's what I need to go to Hainan. Pepe Escobar said he doesn't understand, he doesn't speak Chinese. But I can tell you, Pepe Escobar, Chinese language is not rocket science. I mean, is very different. Because they don't use, as everybody knows, they use ideograms and they, let's say, syllables. And some of those syllables, they mean suffixes like person. You draw a person. I will show you. For example, I take a lot of pictures of, a lot of screenshots from my studies. Look, I'm full of pictures about Duolingo. Did you saw some baby over there? Some beautiful girl over there. So, for example, this one, British American. A quick suffix tutorial. Can you read that? Ingworen, Maygoren. British and American. The second one, Maygoren, something. Can you see the latest ideogram? The latest is like a letter E. Well, looks like a person. Well, that means a human being, like American. Understand? So that's it. You take the word America, and the first two. I'm not sure, but of course I will watch a lot of videos now on YouTube just well, and that's it. Learning languages. You have a Duolingo app, and this app will train you, and this training will give you a lot of doubts. You will get full of doubts and interest. You will get very interested starting with Duolingo. So then I will do is I will go to YouTube and I will watch some YouTube courses, some YouTube courses, and that's it. But I don't remember my insight. I had an insight, like an epiphany, but I don't remember now. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just going to read Cgtn now. Cgtn right till the end. His special envoy, there's a special envoy to attend Dominican Republic president's inauguration. That's interesting. And I open him the app, just open. Politics. See special envoy attends Dominican Republic president's inauguration, August 17, 2024. Cgtn, as the invitation of President of the Dominican Republic, Luis Abinader, Chinese President Xi Jinping's special envoy and Minister of Industry and Information Technology, Jing Shuanglong, attend Abinader's second term inauguration on Friday. Abinader met with Jin at the National Palace on Thursday. Jin conveyed cordial greetings and best wishes from President Xi to Abinader and congratulated him on his re-election as President of the Dominican Republic. He said, since the establishment of diplomatic relations between the two countries 6 years ago, relations have achieved comprehensive and rapid development. China is willing to work with the Dominican Republic to continue firmly support each other, enhance practical cooperation, promote cultural and people-to-people exchanges between the two countries, and push the relationship to achieve more results so as to better benefit the people of both sides, Jin said. He also elaborated on the guiding principles of the third plenary session of the 20th Communist Party of China Central Committee to Abinader. Abinader asked Jin to convey his sincere greetings and best wishes to Xi and express his heartfelt gratitude to the Chinese president for sending a special envoy to attend the inauguration ceremony. Abinader said that developing relations with China is of special importance to the Dominican Republic, and he looks forward to further deepening mutually beneficial cooperation with China in various fields and pushing for greater development of bilateral relations. The photograph cover a worker places Dominican Republic flags on poles during preparations for President Luis Abinader's inauguration in Santo Domingo on August 14, 2024. Sources, Xinhua News Agency. But anyway, I really forgot my insight. I got an insight studying Chinese. Milu is barking. Tommy, Tommy, Tommy. Tommy! Hey! Tommy! Aqui, vem aqui. Tommy! Tommy! Something happened there. I guess there is not. They are not the puppies. I lost the puppies. There were 3 puppies over there. So I have these adult dogs over here. My slaves. Yeah, no, yeah. Dogs are like slaves. You know, they are so loyal because they understand they can do nothing in life without you. But it depends on the country, you know. In a country like this, people tend to care about dogs. Anyway, August 17, 2024, help. China tightens border controls as global mpox risk rises with new strain. Mpox. Cgtn. People walked through Bulengo refugee camp in Gama, Congo, following the World Health Organization's declaration of the Mpox outbreak. Authorities in China are ramping up efforts to prevent the monkeypox Mpox virus from entering the country. On Friday, the General Administration of Customs announced tighter surveillance measures for people and goods arriving from regions affected by monkeypox. Travelers displaying symptoms such as fever, headaches, muscle pain, or rashes are required to report their condition upon entry. Additionally, contaminated or potentially contaminated vehicles and goods will undergo mandatory sanitation procedures. These measures, which took effect on August 15, will remain in place for 6 months. The World Health Organization (WHO) declared monkeypox a global public health emergency earlier this week due to its spread beyond its endemic regions in Africa. The virus has been particularly prevalent in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, where 2 strains are circulating: the original clade and the original clade 1 and the more lethal variant clade 1b or IB. In response to the escalating situation, the WHO convened an emergency meeting on Friday to discuss ways to ensure fair global access to testing, treatments, and vaccines. Spokesperson Margaret Harris noted that increased monitoring is expected to lead to the detection of more cases outside of Africa. However, the WHO has not recommended any travel restrictions. Globally, health organizations are pushing for more resources to combat the monkeypox outbreak in Africa. The International Red Cross and Red Crescent have called for increased shipments of diagnostic tools, treatments, and vaccines to Africa to effectively manage the situation. The Vaccines Alliance (Gavi) has also committed up to $500 million to help distribute vaccines to affected regions. Meanwhile, the European Centre for Disease Prevention and Control (ECDC) raised its risk level for monkeypox epidemic on Friday, following the confirmation of the first case of a new strain outside Africa in Sweden. The ECDC has cautioned that Europe may see more imported cases of the new strain known as clade EB or Force 1B in the coming weeks, though the risk of widespread transmission remains low. Due to the close links between Europe and Africa, we must be prepared for more important clade 1 cases, said ECDC Director Pamela Rendi-Wagner. We have a photograph of a vial containing the monkeypox vaccine, and a syringe is set on a table at a vaccination clinic run by the Mecklenburg County Public Health Department. Monkeypox is a viral disease that causes skin lesions filled with pus, along with flu-like symptoms and swallowed lymph nodes. It primarily spreads through close physical contact. While the disease is generally mild, it can occasionally be fatal. The newer variant, clade 1B, is more deadly, with a higher mortality rate than previous strains, sparking concerns about its potential spread beyond Africa. According to data from the Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention, over 2,000 new monkeypox cases were reported in the past week alone. Since January 2022, more than 38,000 cases and over 1,400 deaths have been recorded across 16 countries in Africa, highlighting the growing severity of the outbreak. Yeah, so more news from China. I really forgot about my ecstasy, not ecstasy, my inside. Politics, August 17, 2024. LMC foreign ministers meeting issues communique vowing more collaboration exchanges. Cgtn. The 9th LMC foreign ministers meeting is held in Chiang Mai, Thailand, August 16, 2024, Chinese Foreign Ministry. The 9th Lancang Mekong Cooperation LMC Foreign Ministers meeting issued a joint communique on Friday pledging to deepen practical cooperation, enhance mutual trust among the 6 countries, expand common interests, further strengthen good neighbor. Hey, Tommy! I guess those dogs, they just pretend there's something happening. Nothing is happening. They just say, hey, let's go, let's scream and run. So here we are with Tommy. The Nin Lancang Mekong Cooperation LMC Foreign Ministers meeting issued a joint communique on Friday pledging to deepen practical cooperation, enhance mutual trust among the six countries, expand common interests, further strengthen good neighborly friendship, and jointly building a community of shared future for LMC countries toward peace and prosperity. The 6 LMC countries are China, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. I will repeat. The 6 LMC countries are China, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and Vietnam. Interesting. All about South China Sea. According to the communique, all sides aim to advance the LMC-based on the principle of extensive consultation, joint contribution, and shared benefit, stressing the importance of cooperation to strengthen the battle against cross-border crimes, including terrorism, drug trafficking, human trafficking, money laundering, and terrorist financing. All sides agreed to hold a ministerial meeting for LMC countries on law enforcement and non-traditional security cooperation at an early date, said the communiqué. All sides agreed to strengthen cooperation in earthquake disaster reduction, ensure regional infrastructure connectivity, and strive to improve the disaster prevention and emergency response capabilities of LMC countries to respond to earthquakes, mudslides, typhoons, floods, and other disasters, it said. All sides vowed to further deepen cooperation in various fields, work together to promote green, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, and accelerate the implementation of the UN 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, it said. According to the communiqué, all sides agreed to promote the high-quality implementation of the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, further enhance the level of liberalization and facilitation for regional trade and investment, and reduce non-tariff barriers, emphasizing the need to strengthen exchanges and cooperation in the development of artificial intelligence (AI), information security, and security and governance. All sides pledged to strengthen scientific and technological cooperation and capacity building in AI to empower the inclusive and sustainable development of the 6 countries. Reiterating the important role of tourism in promoting people-to-people bonds among LMC countries, all sides vow to strengthen cooperation in tourism and civil aviation and encourage more social, cultural, and youth activities, it said. Yeah. 1 hour ago, Brazil celebrates 50 years of diplomatic relations with China. I guess I know some dancer here, I guess. No, I don't. They're dancing people, Chinese people dancing in China, I guess.
Show this relationship, not only the commercial but also the cultural relationship between Brazil and China.
During this event, audience members got to see examples of traditional Chinese dances performed by Beijing's Dance Academy.
Beijing Dance Academy, not Brazil. Well, but it was also a friend of mine. I got a friend on Instagram. She's dancing because of the celebration. She's a dancer. She's beautiful. Anyway, World August 18, 2024. Brazil celebrates 50 years of diplomatic relations with China, Cgtn. Paulo Cabral. China and Brazil are celebrating 50 years of diplomatic relations this year. Events both cultural and political were held this week in Brazil's capital, Brasilia, to mark the anniversary. Our correspondent in Brazil, Paulo Cabral, was there. For more, check out our exclusive content on Cgtn now and subscribe to our weekly newsletter, The China Report. That's fine, but I'm going to see what's happening in Pepe Escobar Telegram. And now, first I'm going to see if Timur Fomenko is alive. I guess it's Anatoly Fomenko, but who knows? Timur Fomenko on Russia Today. Definitely, he's not posting nothing. He's not publishing. First, I'm going to read one. I'm just going to read one from Russia Today, August 17. Russia and former Soviet Union. Ukraine planned incursion into Russia for over a year. See NBC. The attack on Kursk region was launched to distract Moscow's forces from other parts of the front line, a government advisor has said. We have a photograph, a US supplied Stryker armored vehicle after returning from a combat mission in Russia's Kursk region. He's a soldier inside a tank. Kiev has been planning an incursion-style attack on Russia, such as the one underway in Kursk region for some time, NBC has reported, citing an unnamed senior advisor to the Ukrainian government. On August 6, Ukraine launched its largest attack on internationally recognized Russian territory since the outbreak of the conflict in February 2022. The advance into Kursk region was swiftly halted by Russia's military, but Ukrainian troops still hold a number of settlements in the border area. According to the advisor, whose comments were shared by the US broadcaster in an article on Friday, the idea of an incursion into Russia has been, quote, on the table for more than a year in Kiev. The goal of the operation was to divert Russian attention from other parts of the front line, especially from Donbass, where Moscow's forces have been steadily advancing since the start of the year, he said. NBC described the attack on Kursk region as a high-stakes gamble by the Ukrainian authorities. The broadcaster reminded that this week the Russian military announced the capture of 3 settlements for Kiev's forces in Russia's Donetsk People's Republic and approached the strategic town of Krasnoarmeysk, called Pokrovsk by the Ukrainians, where the evacuation of the population has been announced. Quote, the question now is how long Ukraine wants to and can hold onto it area under its control in Kursk region without sacrificing more of its own eastern heartland, the article read. Earlier this week, Major General Abdi Alaudinov, commander of the Akhmat Special Forces from Russia's Chechen Republic, said that the intelligence obtained by the Russian military suggests that the actual aim of the Ukrainian incursion was to capture the Kursk nuclear power plant. Kiev expect its troops to be able to achieve this by August 11. He added, quote, this blitzkrieg by Ukrainian leader Vladimir Zelensky, which was supposed to see the seizure of the nuclear power plant in Shurkatov and the start of negotiations with an ultimatum for us, Russia, to leave some places or to do something, has failed. Alaudinov stressed, quote, not quote. This is the article itself. The Russian Defense Ministry said on Saturday that since the start of the incursion into Kursk region, Kiev has lost up to 3,160 troops and several hundred units of military hardware, including 44 tanks. 3,000 troops. Yeah, that's a lot. 1,000 people from this just this week. 1,000 people 4 days ago, something. What the hell Zelensky is doing? Who the hell is Zelensky? This is a disaster for Ukraine. You know, Ukraine people should give up on this guy Zelensky. What a stupid guy. Anyway, Kiev has lost up to 3,160 troops and several hundred units of military hardware, including 44 tanks, 43 APCs, and 3 US-made HIMARS, multiple rocket launch systems. Quote, the operation to destroy the Ukrainian armed formations continues, the ministry stressed. So Zelensky is a completely... Zelensky is the problem of Ukraine, you know? Zelensky is Ukraine's problem. I'm talking... this is for the Ukrainian people themselves, you know? So, Pepe Escobar Telegram. What Pepe Escobar is publishing, I just read before the Donald Trump article, trying to see some proper article. Zelensky nuclear gambit rears its head again. Secret, I guess this is, look, secret, I guess I just read this. Yeah, I read that. Let's see a previous one. A previous one from the Pepe Escobar analyst. Some articles in Cyrillic, in Russian. You know, I guess Chinese is easier than Russian because I don't know. Strategic culture .su news. So what really happens in Kursk? Yeah, nice headline. Nice headline. Strategic Culture Foundation. So what really happened? What really happened in Kursk? Pepe Escobar, August 16th, yesterday, I guess, 2024. Yeah, it was yesterday. An extremely serious debate is already raging among selected circles of power intelligence in Moscow. An extremely serious debate is already raging among selected circles of power intelligence in Moscow. And the heart of the matter could not be more incandescent. To cut to the chase, what really happened in Kursk? What was the Russian Ministry of Defense kidnapping? Or they see it coming and profited to set up a deadly trap for Kiev? Well-informed players willing to share a few nuggets on condition of anonymity all stress the extreme sensitivity of it all. An Intel Pro thought was offered that may be interpreted as a precious clue. Quote, it is rather surprising to see such a concentration of forces was unnoticed by satellite and drone surveillance at Kursk, but I will not exaggerate its importance. Another Intel Pro prefers to stress that the foreign intel section is weak as it was very badly run. This is a direct reference to the state of affairs after former security overseer Nikolai Yoda Patrushev during Putin's post-inauguration reshuffle was transferred from his post as Secretary of the Security Council to serve as a special presidential aide. The sources cautiously seem to converge on a very serious possibility. Quote, there seems to have been a breakdown in intel. They do not seem to have noticed the accumulation of troops at the Kursk border. Another analysis, though, another analyst thought has offered a way more specific scenario, according to which a hawkish military faction spread across the Ministry of Defense and the intel apparatus, and antagonistic to the new Minister of Defense, Belosov, and an economist, let the Ukrainian invasions proceed with two objectives in mind: set a trap for Kiev's top enemy commanders and troops who were diverted from the collapsing Donbass front, and put extra pressure on Putin to finally go for the head of the snake and finish off the war. This hawkish faction incidentally regards Chief of the General Staff Gerasimov as totally incompetent. In the words of the Intel Pro, in the words of one Intel Pro, there's no smoking gun, but Gerasimov allegedly ignored several warnings about the Ukrainian build-up near the Kursk border. A retired Intel Pro is even more controversial. He complains that traitors of Russia actually stripped three regions from troops to surrender them to the Ukrainians. Now these traitors of Russia will be able to exchange the city of Susha for leaving the fake country of Ukraine and promote it as an inevitable solution. So pretty nasty situation about traitors. Incidentally, only this Thursday, Belosov started chairing a series of meetings to improve security in the three regions: Kursk, Belgorod, and Bryansk. Hawks in the Siloviki apparatus don't make it a secret that Gerasimov should be fired and replaced by fabled General Sergei Armageddon Surokivin. They also enthusiastically support the FSB's Alexander Bornikov, who de facto solved the extremely murky there's people coming there. The extremely murky Prigozhin affair, as the man now really supervising the big picture in Kursk. Mercy! Well, people never reach here, so I'm just going to keep reading. There's some people around there. And the next one is Belgorod. Well, it's complicated. President Putin's reaction to the Kursk invasion was visible. In his body language, he was furious for the flagrant military intel failure, for the obvious loss of face, and for the fact that this buries any possibility of rational dialogue about ending the war. Yet he managed to turn the upset around in no time by designating Kursk as a counter-terrorist operation CTO, supervised by the FSB's Bornikov, and with an inbuilt take no prisoners rationale. Every Ukrainian in Kursk not willing to surrender is a potential target set for elimination, now or later, no matter how long it takes. Barnikov is the hands-on specialist. Then there's the overseer of the whole military-civilian response, Alexei Dumin, the new Secretary of the State Council, who among other previous posts was the deputy head of the Special Operations Division of the of GRU military intel. Dumin does not respond directly to the Ministry of Defense nor the FSB. He is reporting directly to the president. Translation: Gerasimov now seems to be at best a figurehead in the whole Kursk drama. The men in charge are Bornikov and Dumin. The Kursk PR gambit is set to massively fail. Essentially, the Ukrainian forces are moving away from their lines of communication and supplies into Russian territory. A parallel can be made with what happened to Field Marshal von Paulus at Stalingrad when the German army became overextended. The Russians are already in the process of cutting off the Ukrainians in Kursk, breaking off their lines of supply. What's left of the crack soldiers launched into Kursk will have to turn back, facing Russians both at their front and back. Disaster looms. Irrepressible commander of the Akhmat Special Forces, Major General Abdi Alaudinov, confirmed on Rossiya 1 TV that at least 12,000 Ukrainian armed forces UAF entered Kursk, including a lot of foreigners, Brits, French, Poles, that will turn out to be take no prisoners on a massive scale. Anyone with an AQ above room temperature knows Kursk is a nature operation conceived with a high degree of probability by an Anglo-American combo supervising the Ukro-Nazi cannon fodder. Anything Kiev does depends on American ISR, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, and NATO weapons. And NATO weapon systems, of course, operated by NATO personnel. Mikhail Podolyak, advisor to the Sweetie Green Shirt actor in Kiev, admitted that Kiev discussed the attack with Western partners. The Western partners, Washington, London, Berlin, in full cowardly regalia, denied. Bornikov won't be fooled. He succinctly stated on the record that this was a Kiev terrorist attack supported by the West. We are now entering the stage of hardcore positioning combat bound to destroy villages and towns. It will be ugly. Russian military analysts remarked that if a buffer zone has been preserved way back in March 2022, mid-range artillery activity will have been restricted to Ukrainian territory. Yet another controversial decision by the Russian General Staff. Russia will eventually solve the Kursk drama, mopping up small Ukrainian groups in a methodically lethal way. Yet very sensitive questions about how it happened and who let it happen simply won't vanish. Heads will have to figuratively roll, because this is just the beginning. The next incursion will be in Belgorod. Get ready for more blood on the tracks. The views of individual contributors do not necessarily represent those of the Strategic Culture Foundation. Anyway, so yeah, there was a traitors of Russia. I'm going to do my yoga now. Traitors of Russia. What about that? I will do my yoga again, twice a day.
Estoy hablando en serio. Ahora, lo de Europa, mira, muestra una fisura dentro del continente europeo porque hay países que todavía no están dispuestos, pero falta que ellos definan cuáles son las fronteras que le reconocen al Estado palestino independiente.
Ah, claro, qué buena.
Porque
Exacto.
sin eso es un hecho simbólico que no aporta nada. Ahora, si ellos hubieran dicho, por
Nada,
ejemplo, no aporta nada, César, te lo voy a explicar por qué. Si ellos hubieran dicho lo que dijo el canciller argentino cuando reconoció a Palestina, que era un ciudadano de origen judío, de religión judía además, que fue el primer país latinoamericano que la reconoció con las fronteras del 67, ya estamos hablando de otra cosa. Estamos hablando de otra cosa porque cuando tú reconoces esa frontera, inmediatamente dices que no reconoces a ningún asentamiento ilegal israelí que esté sobre los territorios más allá del 67, de la línea de armisticio. Cuando tú no lo dices, deja abierta la tesis norteamericana, que es la de que la frontera la va a decidir una negociación entre los dos países, cosa que nunca se va a dar, menos con mediadores tan efectivamente deshonestos como Estados Unidos o Europa.
Bueno, oye, escuchaba declaraciones justamente en la radio Bio Bio de Paulo Lachevsky, director de LOM Ediciones. Él es judío, chileno judío, decía, el sionismo destroza la historia, la memoria y la cultura judía. Me imagino que estás absolutamente de acuerdo con lo que dice Paulo Lachevsky, ¿no?
Absolutamente de acuerdo, y lo extiendo a todos los fundamentalismos relacionados con sus propias religiones. Uno podría decir, mira la misma frase y plantear las cruzadas con el cristianismo. Las cruzadas, ponen las cruzadas en vez de sionismo, ¿no? Y pone en vez, religión cristiana en vez de religión judía. Lee la frase. Léela, po.
Claro.
Pero léela.
No, es que no te puse mucha atención porque estaba viendo mi celular. Me dijiste
Muchas gracias, César. ¿Me puedes
Pero
leer
dime.
la frase de nuevo? No, gracias. Esto es bueno saber que no me ponía atención.
El sionismo destroza la historia, la memoria y la cultura judía. ¿Y tú crees que yo cambie el sionismo
ahora,
por
las cruzadas destruyen
las cruzadas?
I guess this Cesar guy, he is kind of
cristianos.
well. Cesar promised he will keep the show going, but they have their differences, you know. Chilean people are too difficult, you know. That's why neoliberalism is symptomatic, you know. Neoliberalism works here because society just got destroyed. Society got destroyed because of neoliberalism.